So I've noticed a lot of confusion on places like G and other like tech communities that seem to have a lot of confusion when it comes to the Vim text editor. If you've grown up with traditional text editors like Sublime or Notepad, then you probably will have a lot of issues, and that's alright, because the way Vim handles things is a lot different. And there is a Vim tutor, and I would suggest reading that, but you don't want to read a tutor just to learn like the basic features of a text editor, right? You'd probably rather watch a video. So I'm gonna make a quick little index of the few short commands that you need to know. So I have my terminal open here, and I'm going to type vim, and I'm going to make a new one in downloads, and let's name this vimtest.text. There we go. Immediately, you get lost because you type and ignore that. You type and it doesn't edit, and it doesn't write text, or it does, but like not consistently. Well, that's because you're using your own. Everything in Vim is handled through hotkeys, or macros, I think is the word that you'd probably use for that if you use Windows. You can't get Vim on Windows, by the way. Sorry. But when you want to begin writing text, just press I, and that will bring up this little dialog here that says insert. That's good. That's what you want. And you write whatever you want. Start writing your essay. I'm just writing gibberish just because I don't want to spend all day like writing something coherent. I'm just trying to show you the basic functions of this. Let's add a couple more. Okay. So you press escape to leave the edit menu, and you'd want to do this for a couple reasons, because Vim has a lot of commands involved with it, and immediately the first thing you want to do when you write a text file is you want to save it, right? Well, the way you do that on Vim is you press Shift, semicolon, and W, and that will write the changes. So if we open this again, it'll have all the text in it. You know what saving is. Come on. And one thing you want to avoid with Vim is if you want to delete some text, doing this, pressing I and then pressing backspace, backspace. Don't do that. It's such a waste of time. Don't do it. What you want to do instead is you want to just press X and it'll delete the character. This is just the basic delete function. You just move your cursor over the part that you want to remove, and then you press X, and that'll remove it. There are more delete functions. The only other one that I could see being useful for like a beginner is DW. Now, instead of pressing X, don't press semicolon, just type DW, and it'll delete that whole word. If you have your cursor slightly up here, then it'll just delete all the text there. So if you just want to delete like half of the word, then yeah, put it in the middle. But in most situations, you're probably gonna just do this. Oh, whoops. There you go. Now, let's say you want to delete like a whole sentence. Like you want to delete this line, everything after this cursor. Don't just spam X. Do this instead. D money sign, and that will delete the whole line. So that's D, Shift, and 4. A lot quicker than what you do in a traditional text editor, where you're just like, let me just press backspace on everything, or let me highlight this. Yeah, you can't use your mouse for anything in Vim. I mean, you could do that. You could do this, but why would you do that when you can just, when you could just DW and get rid of that stuff immediately? I could see some application for the former, but the main advantage of Vim is the fact that you don't have to do stuff like that. So now you want to quit. you made all your changes, you're satisfied, you've written the file. Now you press X on the terminal, right? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Just press semicolon and Q. It'll quit immediately. And let's say that you made a bunch of changes that you don't like. So let me just write, these are changes I don't want. Right. So what you do here is you could press U to undo, but this guide is assuming that you wrote a lot more than just spamming undo will help with. Well, what you can do instead is press semicolon Q and exclamation point. And what that will do is it'll quit without prompting you to write your changes. So if we go back here, the text that I wrote before, it's gone. It's not there. You can undo it. If that's more convenient, then do that. It really depends on your circumstances. But yeah, that's basically all you need. Remember, just to summarize: X to delete things, A to put text after your cursor, I to put text before your cursor, D $! to delete a sentence, and DW to delete a word. That's all you need for basic Vim usage. I recommend looking up the Vim tutor for more information on this. You can do that by typing Vim tutor, and it'll just bring you here, and it'll tell you everything. Yeah, that should do. Alright, I hope this guide was helpful. Hope I've convinced more people to switch to Vim. I'll see you later.